Hi, this is Tara Nara, and today we're going to go over how to knit throwing your yarn. And this is great for beginners. So you're going to start with your working yarn in your left hand. I like to grab it with my thumb and my middle finger is the way that I like to hold my knitting needles. Find what works for you and what works and how it feels comfortable in your hands. I like to use my my pointer fingers to hold on to yarn and manipulate stitches on my knitting needles. And there is no correct way to hold knitting needles or to hold your yarn. You'll figure out what works best for you. This is just a tutorial to help you with the basics of where the yarn needs to go and what needs to be done. You can figure out with your fingers and hands the best way that works for you. So to do a knit, I always grab my right hand needle and I will actually kind of hold my yarn tight in my fingers or up underneath my right hand index finger, or I might just hold it between these two fingers, whatever works for you. And I'm going to take my knitting needle, my right hand needle, and you're going to go up underneath the left hand needle, the first stitch through that loop and you want to go under, not this way, under that first loop towards the back, making an X with your knitting needles. And I always like to grab it with that little pointer finger and hold it there. It's not going to move. I can move my hands around. I can move this hand. I can move this hand. And it gives you a little bit of stability. Then I take the yarn that's going to the ball of yarn and I'm going to wrap it counterclockwise around that back needle, just like this, and go through the two needles and pull it towards me. And that's when I'm going to hold it tight with these two fingers, and I'm going to take my hand with the right hand needle and I'm going to just scoop that yarn to the front that I just wrapped around, and then I take my pointer finger and slide the stitch that was on my left off of the needle, and now you have one stitch that has now been made and is on your right hand needle. We're gonna do that again. So under that loop, going to the back, making an X, I grab it with my pointer finger and my thumb. I take that working yarn and I wrap it counterclockwise behind that back needle to the front, and then I take that right hand needle and I scoop that yarn that I just wrapped around to the front of the work and slide it off of the left hand needle. We're gonna do it again. Through the loop to the back, grabbing it with my fingers, wrap the yarn counterclockwise around the back needle, grab your needle with your right hand, holding onto the yarn, keeping it tight, bring that needle to the front with that new loop that you just made onto your needle, and slide the other stitch off of the left hand needle. Again, through, around, bring it to the front and off your knitting needle. One more time, to the back, I hold it with my finger, counterclockwise around your needle, back through to the front, pull that yarn to the front and slide it off your needle. One more time, around, to the front and off your needle. And that is knitting and throw style.